Hey everyone, and welcome back to Fallout 76 with me, your host, Crypto Gamer. As you can see, guys, I've been messing about with some soundboards. So there'll be some new audio features added into more of my videos. Anyway, guys, let's get back to the video. So, guys, we're going to be taking a look at Fallout 76's Steel Dawn DLC expansion. This expansion is basically, or update even more like, is going to let us take a look at the return of the Brotherhood of Steel to the Appalachian wasteland. When it comes to starting the questline, guys, you're going to go to the Atlas and you're going to come and speak to this Brotherhood of Steel member right here to get the quest started. Now, once you've spoken to this Brotherhood of Steel member and went through all the dialogue options, you should then have access to actually enter the facility that the Brotherhood of Steel have taken over.
I'm gonna join up and take on the wasteland.
So we're just going to enter through these doors here.
And two, the outer perimeter is still unsecured, the provisions aren't properly stowed, and we're awash in hopefuls. I have no time to be babysitting civilians.
Your duties
So
are
as
what
you can
I
see,
say
when
they
you
are,
enter
Knight.
Fort Atlas, guys,
Your
the
objections are noted,
Brotherhood of Steel
but
are
this
taking
is a
no
direct
prisoners.
order from your commanding
Paladin,
officer. Help us put on a good
Rainman,
face for the
and
local
Knight Shin are actually
We just
having
moved
a
into their
small
backyard.
fallout.
They're nervous.
No
Show
pun
them
intended
no
there.
harm.
Speaking about the new residents of Appalachia and how they
I'll have a
basically
completed
just
report
popped into their
on
back
your
garden,
desk
how they've
shortly.
just popped in there
I
and
expect nothing less
taken
from
over
you.
Fort Atlas.
As you were, Shin.
Paladin Raymond basically wants Shin to improve
I am
the
not.
relationship
If you're
between the
here with a
Brotherhood of
request for the
Steel and
Brotherhood,
all of Appalachia,
mind.
so that
I don't have
they
time
can
for
commence
you
with
right now.
operations and do whatever it is that the Brotherhood has got
Did he?
planned to do.
Initiate Dorsey is supposed to be manning his post at the entrance, not acting as my secretary.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the
Initiate
dialogue
Dorsey is
choices
too
play out
trusting,
here, guys, and then I will be
but
popping
I
back
can't
in.
fault his commitment. Perhaps he sees something in you worth our interest. Are you another aspirant to our order? If you mean that, then you are right. But if that's sarcasm, I recommend you stow it. Immediately. Normally, I'd stick you with the other hopefuls until we decide whether you're worthy. But, if you're serious about joining us, you've got good timing. We've had a number of civilians show up here at Fort Atlas, asking for one thing or another. People are afraid, or want something, or are looking to involve us in local squabbles. Civilian outreach is not my specialty. There's too much. If you're really interested in helping, save my time. Interview the
Right,
petitioners,
from this point, guys,
find out what they
Night Shin
want,
is going to
and
want you to do interviews with everybody in the wasteland who's came in. He's going to want you to do interviews with people
That's right. Don't
that
make
are
me regret
inside
giving you the
Fort
opportunity.
Atlas main
Conduct
building
yourself
here.
properly.
And what you're going to do
consider
is
putting
through
you
the
forward
quest
as an
line
initiate
is you're
candidate.
going to find out what they all
Brotherhood of
want,
Steel has
find out the grievances with the Brotherhood of Steel, and whether there's a way to actually fix that.
Better have something useful to say to me.
Starting with Sean Hawkman.
Oh, can't even come to me himself? What, he needs to requisition some more armor polish? All right, keep it cool, Sean. The problem is that a couple of these Brotherhood clowns showed up and took a bunch of my stuff at gunpoint. Now, I'm a peaceful man. I really am. I sure wasn't equipped to deal with armed thugs requisitioning the little I've managed to put together for myself. Never understood the Raiders. I like the quiet life. I don't need... I came here to give the Brotherhood... At least they don't pretend to be the good guys. All right. I'm a scavenger mainly. Always been pretty good with a set of tools. I trade what I find or fix what the...
I would personally advise when you're speaking to all the characters,
blow me
find
off
out
like I'm
as
making
much
this
as
up.
you can. ask
had
them
the
about
power
who they are, where they came from, all the little dialogue options. Click on them all so that you can figure out who they are and exactly
Listen,
what they are.
I don't have much.
As far as I can tell,
what's
some of the
mine,
dialogue doesn't seem
Brotherhood
to
pretends like
actually
the
affect the
Raiders
quest
don't like
line or reputation too much amongst the
Then
Brotherhood.
tell
But then again, some of it does.
Greetings,
So
civilian.
it just
No meat approved. A
heeds
perfectly
well
preserved
to
pie with
actually
Don't tell me
speak
there are more
to
petitioners.
all these individuals
Make it
and find
quick,
out everything you can before speaking to Knight Shin again.
To procure and preserve dangerous technologies from before the war, and defend humanity from itself. Since, if things continue like this, humanity will never make it. Make it quick.
Now you're going to want to head downstairs so that you can speak to all the other people who are down here. Obviously there's lots of goodies that you can pick up as well. And our first guy, Art Knapp. I'm pretty sure this is a tongue-in-cheek moment about Fallout 4. I could be wrong then again, guys.
I've been waiting a good spell to talk to them. Well, it's about time. I'd like to die of old age waiting on them. Name's Art Knapp. So, what's this? A fair trade's what I want. I've heard stories about these steel types back in the day. They was going around taking things from folks. So, I reckon it's better to make a deal up front. My farm don't produce much, but I got some extra, and I expect they'll have a use for it. In return, military-grade hardware, more common amongst the ones from California.
So in effect, Art wants to give over some of his resources from his farm so that the Brotherhood of Steel will actually act like a protection racket or a protection service
here comes
for
trouble.
Art, which I think is a good
Hey.
idea.
Yeah.
Now, we have ourselves a nice raider
Who
chick
do I
here
need to
called
talk to around here? You don't
Tilly
look like one of
Long.
these Brotherhood yahoos.
And
Name's
yeah,
Tyler.
she's a squirrely chick. I would definitely say
Shin?
you're not gonna
He
help
the
her
scary
out. She's
guy
just a
with the stick up his
stereotypical
butt?
raider. If you're one
Alright,
of the
shoot.
Appalachian settler sort of playthroughs, yeah, I wouldn't give her any help.
Oh, I'm just a poor country girl, you know. It's pretty scary out there. Just a bunch. We'd sure feel a lot safer. What? Me? A raider? No. Yeah, that's right. Big shiny gun. Now, all the talk in the area is about these Brotherhood folks with their high-tech toys, and I thought, Tally, you gotta get some of that. For self-defense, of course. Just so me and some of my poor, innocent friends can protect ourselves from... Damn. You looking at something?
Yes. Something I can help you with? I am waiting to speak with
Now,
the
at
Brotherhood
this point, we
representative.
seem to have
I have no
a
interest.
Dr. Blackburn, and he seems like an
The severe
evil
gentleman in the
doctor.
power armor,
Guten
yes.
Tag, Berger.
Dr.
So
Edgar
we
Blackburn
should
at your
find out
service.
whether he is an evil German doctor,
I
or
had
whether
heard that
he's
the
really here to
Brotherhood
help the
possessed
Commonwealth,
advanced
which will be
technology.
rather interesting
As a
to
doctor
see.
and a scientist, this was of great interest. My research is always in need of equipment and materials rather difficult to obtain by scavenging and bartering. I came to see if an arrangement could be made, but from what I can see of their operations, they are as yet still in too much disarray. Given the state of my fellow supplicants, I would hypothesize that their needs likely outweigh mine. Thank you.
Have
Now,
you finished
guys,
the
you can
task
go
I
back
gave
to
you?
Night Shin and you can actually speak to them about all the
Good.
different
I have the
uh,
list from their arrival.
people that you've
Give
had
me
to
the
speak to and all
high-level
the
overview.
information that you've managed to retcon and collect. I would say
The
be
Brotherhood
very
is not a
careful with your
charity.
words. You
And our
can get
mission does
Night
not
Shin
cover
on your
providing
side,
civilians with equipment,
especially with some of the
unless the
requests
doctor
that
intends
go
to
on.
provide.
And they're just nice little touches. I mean, I would say Night Shin is basically like that douche
That
that you
shows
get in
commendable
Fallout
discipline.
4, Night
Scribe
Rise,
Valdez may have interest if he
who
returns.
nobody really
but if
likes.
so,
And then
it
all
is
of a
her
sudden,
problem.
just as
That
everything
appears to
gets,
resolve
everything
next
goes
report.
all peachy, then he's suddenly your best friend.
We are
Night
not
Shin is kind
mercenaries
of the
here to serve as
same.
guards for anyone with some goods to trade.
The
in
Brotherhood of
payment.
Steel have got a mixture reputation. Sometimes they're
That's
good,
irrelevant.
sometimes they're bad. I mean,
The
most people
Brotherhood
think
cannot
of
simply
the
be
Brotherhood
hired
of
out
Steel
to
from
every farmer
Fallout
and
3.
homesteader.
To me, that
We
was
have
definitely the
enough
Brotherhood
about
that I really enjoyed. You know, there were the obvious goodies, and then you had the obvious baddies of the
No.
Enclave.
We are not arms dealers.
But it remains to be seen as to how good or bad the Brotherhood of Steel will be for the Appalachian wasteland.
That aligns with my observation of her when she arrived. Moving on. Impossible. Whatever happened, it was not us. There are countless brigands out there, civilian. It is not the job of... I will say it bothers me to hear that someone is abusing the honor of the Brotherhood this way. But that Mr. Hockman's problems are his own. That's everything. Against my initial judgment, you have shown that you can take orders and make yourself useful for the Brotherhood. You need to lose those soft civilian instincts, but I will make note of your assistance in my report to Paladin. Should you wish to join our ranks, I will not oppose your enlistment. I grant you permission, provisionally, to enter the compound proper. Go to our scribe Valdez. You will...
The fight
Now that
was
you've
just
done that
beginning.
little quest, you
Stay
can complete
disciplined.
it by using the hand scanner, and there we go, Forging Trust has been completed. And now you can enter further into Fort Atlas and into the next section of the Brotherhood of Steel's Steel Dawn DLC sections. And you're going to go and speak to another member of the Brotherhood of Steel up the top here, Scribe
Hello,
Valdez,
civilian.
and she will
I
take
don't
you
mean to be
into
rude.
the
But
next
what
part of
exactly
the
are you
mission
doing up
that will
here?
include
Oh,
some combat,
prospective
so
initiate.
please get yourself prepared
Night
for
Shin
that.
sent you. And I guess we're both in luck. Paladin Romani makes the call on new recruits, but the Knight and I have some influence. It just so happens I'm in need of someone to help me out on a little mission. If you're interested, I can bring you along and put you to work. Do a good job, and I'll send a recommendation your way. How about it? Didn't even have to think about it, did you? Let me give you a quick rundown of the mission before we start. Our new base is littered with old technology, but there's something in particular I want to investigate. It's down in the bowels of this place, a part of Atlas that we've cornered off. I'm not keen on going alone, so... Any questions before we start? All right. Bye. Ideally, yes, actually. In practice, not. We're supposed to be the lore keepers, preserving old technology for the...
At this point, for anybody who's not played
this
any of the Fallout
investigation
games
will be
before,
a
if Fallout
breath of-
76 is your first game, Valdez is basically going to tell you a little bit about each of the ranks, what the
Ready to
ranks
start our little
do, how scribes work, knights,
Great.
paladins, so on and so forth. But if you already know these things, guys, then
Something
obviously
I
you
can
can
help you
just
with?
skip through all of this dialogue. So guys, you just go through into the substructure here, through that small red door that you've seen there, guys. And we will be moving into the next section of the game. Well guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please give the video a thumbs up, a like, a subscribe, share it, leave a comment. This has been Crypto Gamer. Have a good day.